Hey, and welcome to this quick tutorial for Pigeon Pose. We're going to get right into it. Please come onto your hands and knees or tabletop pose. And I'm going to show you a couple different ways that you can get into this pose. So the first would be just from hands and knees. You'll bring, if you want to start with the right leg, you'll take your right knee forward and you'll bring it behind your right wrist. And then you'll take that right foot and just kind of wiggle it over towards the left side of your mat. Good. And now don't worry, some people think they need to lift this foot up and make this shin bone parallel to the front edge of the mat. That takes a lot of external rotation, and it's really not necessary in my opinion. So just wiggle the foot over to the left to a point that feels comfortable, and then take your left toes, tuck them under, and go ahead and inch the left leg back a little bit at a time. Now, if your hips are a bit tighter, your right butt cheek might be lifted, which is totally fine. If that bothers you, you can slide something underneath it, like a pillow or a rolled up blanket. I have a bolster here, so I'll just quickly slide that there. And that's just going to prevent you from rolling off onto that side. So feel free to cushion up that hip, that butt cheek. And then from there, lower down onto your forearms. Take a breath here, settle in. I like to then make a little pillow for my head. So I'll take two fists. I like to bring my elbows wide, stack the fists, and then just rest your forehead there. And then from here, this is one of those poses where you just want to spend a few breaths breathing into it and really focusing on the exhalation. So on the exhale is when you have that opportunity to kind of let go and settle and find a bit more ease in the pose. So that's one way to do it. Now the second way is from downward facing dog. And this is how often, if you're in a flow class, it might be offered from downward dog. And basically it's the same idea. So this time we'll do the left side. You'll bring your left knee behind your left wrist, place that left shin bone down onto the mat, and your left foot is over towards the right side, inching the right leg back a little bit longer. And now you'll see a bit more what I'm talking about as far as the hip being lifted. So you don't have to cushion it, right? From here you can stay upright, or then you could lower yourself down. But if you find that your hip is really lifted and you keep kind of falling off onto that side, it's not bad. It's just going to lessen the intensity of it a little bit. So feel free to cushion it, pillow, block, bolster, blanket, whatever you have, stuff it underneath that lifted side, and then you'll stay more centered, lowering down, maybe just to forearms, maybe making a little pillow for yourself, right? If you are in a class or at home, if you have some yoga props, you can also put a block underneath your forehead. That's a nice option. Now, the third thing I want to show you is just an alternative. So if pigeon doesn't feel good in your body, if you feel any sort of pain or pressure in the knee of the front leg, then you can always drop down and do this on your back in sort of a figure four. You can just lie right down, cross one ankle over the opposite thigh, and maybe this is where you stay. Just breathing into it. Flex that foot of the cross leg, bring a little energy there. And then if this feels good, maybe taking the legs towards you, perhaps even grabbing hold of the opposite leg. So not the crossed leg, but the other thigh of the straight leg. Shoulders relax down. Nice deep breaths. So there you saw a couple different ways to come into pigeon, some ways that you can use props. And then also, of course, the lying down figure four version. If a prone pigeon just doesn't work for you, it doesn't feel good, then just simply lie onto your back and do the figure four stretch from there. I hope you found this helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and please let me know if there's any other poses that you would like for me to break down for you. See you soon. Bye.